If you're setting up a limited company in 2026, it's going to be extremely important that you are aware of what the best tax deductions are for your limited company, especially if you're a new business just trying to get your feet off the ground by setting up a limited company. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through some of the best tax deductions that you can apply with your new limited company so that once you register it, or indeed if you already have your limited company set up, you can fully take advantage of these top tax deductions that I'm going to be sharing with you. Now, the first category of tax deductions that I'm going to be sharing with you is your startup costs. Now, there's almost no entrepreneur I have come across that has gone into business without having to incur some form of cost associated with starting that business and getting that business off the ground. Now, likewise, I'm sure that you're sitting there thinking you're going to start this business, you're going to incur some costs definitely. And the good news with this is that you are going to be able to actually tax deduct those startup costs when it comes to submitting your tax returns and your annual accounts at the end of your first accounting year. Now, some examples of the startup costs that will be relevant and applicable in this case might be, for instance, startup costs such as your web designing costs. If you had any particular costs associated with branding for that business, if you had any particular software that you had to incur, you had to purchase in order to actually get that business off the ground. There are lots more startup costs that would actually fit into this category. So it does depend on your business, but you should definitely think that if that cost was necessary in order to get the business off the ground and running, then it's most likely that it's going to count as a startup cost and therefore it's going to be tax deductible. The next set of tax deductions that you're going to want to bear in mind is going to be home office expenses. Now, for many business owners, when they're just starting up their businesses, it's likely that they probably don't have a dedicated office space just yet, in which case you might be in a position where you have actually already put aside a dedicated space within your home that you are going to be operating your business from. Now, if this is you, then it's most likely that you're going to actually be able to qualify for being able to claim those home office expenses. Okay. Now, it is very important to bear in mind that this is applicable when you have a space in your home, say one of your bedrooms is being used exclusively, okay, to run your business with. Now, if you already have a dedicated office space where you're operating your business from, then this will not apply. Okay, this is strictly for those who utilize a space within their home on a day-to-day basis that they are actually operating their businesses from. Now, if this is you, you are going to be able to actually take the proportion of your home expenses that is applicable to running your business. Okay, some of the applicable expense in this category will be things like your utility bills, it will be things like your energy bills, it will be things like even your water bill. Now, if you're a business owner who's looking to hire employees or contractors within your business, then you'll be pleased to know that HMRC actually counts employee salaries and wages as a tax deductible expense. So if you are looking to actually hire some contractors or indeed some staff to help and assist within your business, then this is definitely a cost to bear in mind when you're looking at whether that cost is going to be tax deductible for you or not. Vehicle expenses is going to be another category of tax deductible expense that you should bear in mind and look to take advantage of when you're running your business, particularly using your limited company. Now, if you have a vehicle that you use for business and personal use, it's going to be very important that when you're looking to actually claim the expenses that are relevant to using that vehicle, you're only claiming back the part that you use for your business. Okay, now, for instance, some of the classic examples where you might be able to claim back vehicle expenses might include, for instance, if you had to drive to a client meeting, if you had to basically drive to a client event or something that meant that you could not have actually secured that contract, you could not have secured that business revenue without having to utilize your car, for instance, to travel over to the client venue or to the client meeting. Those would be relevant expenses for your vehicle that you can actually claim back. Okay, so you can claim back the fuel, the mileage, etc., that is applicable to that particular expense as it relates to the business. And when you start your business, it's more than likely that in your first year, you are probably going to need to register for business insurance. Okay, now you'll be pleased to know that business insurance is actually one of the tax deductible expenses that you can take advantage of. And this includes things like public liability insurance, employer's insurance, and indeed any indemnity insurance, as long as all of these are policies that are applicable for your business's use. So it's very important to understand that you're only going to be able to claim back these insurance costs if they are related to the business. So you do need to only make sure that you are applying your business insurance policy costs here, rather than any particular personal insurance that you might have outside of the business ones. As an accountant, I can definitely guarantee that you will need professional services in one capacity or the other when you start running your business. Now, you might, for instance, decide that you actually need a lawyer to help you with establishing the legalities associated with running your business, or indeed you might decide that you need an accountant stroke tax advisor that can help you with the tax efficiency that is associated with actually making sure that your business is on the right track financially. Now, either ways, it's going to actually be good news to you to know that these fees, these costs, these professional services that you're going to utilize, particularly when it comes to starting up your business, are actually tax deductible costs. So if you've hired an accountant, if you've hired a lawyer, if you've hired some kind of professional that is actually assisting you with setting up and running your business, the startup of your business, then you'll be pleased to know that those costs are also tax deductible for your limited company. The next tax deduction is going to be office space. Now, if you rent an office space to use as part of running your business, then you'll be pleased to know that the amount that you pay as rent for that office space is going to be 100% tax deductible, which means you can deduct 100% of that particular cost when it comes to actually submitting your tax returns. Now, this can actually be quite a significant amount depending on how big or small that particular office space is and how much it is you're paying. You know, some clients pay up to £3,000 per month just to rent an office space. Some clients pay slightly lower than that. Of course, it also depends on the location where your office might be as well. So it is important to bear this in mind when you are looking at how and where you want to run your business from and what some of the tax advantages associated with running your business from those particular locations might be for you. If you need some help in relation to maximizing the tax efficiency of your business and of your limited company, then please do use the link in the description box below to contact us for more information on how we can help you. My name is Tess, and I hope you found this video useful to help you learn about some of the basic tax deductions that you can use to actually maximize the tax efficiency of your limited company and apply this to your business. Now, if you're looking to learn more from this channel, then please do make sure you give this video a like. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you are notified when the next video goes live. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.